Reverend Poindexter a couple of Saturdays ago had called her and asked her if I could do a presentation during our Black History Month, the month of February, where we celebrate Black history. And of course she told me yes. And the first thing that came to mind was I wanted to talk about our HBCUs, our historically Black colleges and universities, of which I am so proud of being part of one. Amen. North Carolina A&T. So, Aggie pride all day. And I thought about exactly what I was gonna say. At first I wanted to talk about the legacy. You know, my grandmother went to an HBCU, Viola Walden Tan.
That's right.
Went to Elizabeth City State University. It was Elizabeth City Teachers College back then. My grandfather, Rufus Tan, went to Kittrell College. And so I have that in me. The Black schools, the universities, deeply rooted in that environment. I was going to go into detail about each one of the schools, but then I kept reading and I kept thinking, wanted to talk about each of the schools in North Carolina. And I am going to do that, but I ran across two articles and I wanted to share these articles with you today. The first article that I'm going to share with you it has to do with the reason why HBCUs are so important. And the second article that I will go over is about paying it forward and how we have to keep them going. But before I get into those articles, I do want to make mention of all the HBCUs that are in the state of North Carolina. So as I read the name, if you are associated with one of these schools, you can yell out, stand up, clap, do whatever you want to do, because we have deep-rooted pride in our HBCUs. So the oldest HBCU in the state of North Carolina, Shaw University. Yeah. Shaw Bears. The Shaw Bears, founded in 1865.
I knew it.
There are a couple that were founded in 1867. So they were Fayetteville State University, the home of the Broncos.
There you go again.
Johnson C. Smith University, founded in 1867. Their mascot is the Golden Bulls. St. Augustine's University, they are the home of the Falcons. Bennett College was founded in 1873. They are known as the Bennett Bells. Livingstone College, they are the Blue Bears, founded in 1891. Elizabeth City State University, the home of the Vikings, founded in 1891. And the illustrious, the one and only North Carolina A&T Technical State University, Agricultural and Technical State University, home of the Aggies. Winston-Salem State University, home of the Rams. They were founded in 1892. And the baby of the group, North Carolina Central University, founded in 1910, the home of the Eagles. So let me just say that in my family, my brothers and sisters, we have 14 Aggies. My brothers, sisters, sister-in-laws, nieces, nephews, okay? We have 14 Aggies. We have 3 Eagles. We have one from Fayetteville State and one from Elizabeth City. So we are deeply rooted in the HBCU environment. But moving along to these articles that I found, I just wanted to share with you the reason why we celebrate these HBCUs and why they are so important to us. And what I'm going to read is a letter that was written in 1959, August the 5th. It comes from Emory University, where Mr. Marion Gerald Hood had sent in his application to medical school at Emory. And this is the response that Mr. Hood received. It says, Dear Mr. Hood, acknowledgement is made of your letter of July 30th, enclosing your application for admission to our School of Medicine. I am sorry I must write you that we are not authorized to consider for admission a member of the Negro race. I regret that I cannot help you. And it says, yours very truly, L.L. Clegg, Director of Admissions. And then he says, P.S. I am returning herewith your $5 application fee. They didn't want us, and they did not want our money. So what do you think happened to Mr. Hood? After I saw this on Facebook. So my first thing was, what happened to Mr. Hood? Well, Mr. Hood is now Dr. Hood. Mr. Hood went to Howard University and transferred from Howard University to Loyola University in Chicago. So back then in Chicago, segregation and racial discrimination was not as apparent and evident as it was in the South. So I'm going to read a little bit about Dr. Hood. In 1959, Marion Gerald Hood was denied admittance to Emory University School of Medicine due to his race. He is African American. Jim Crow laws enacted by white Democrats in the South during the Reconstructionist period in the late 19th century mandated legal separation of races. These laws remained in effect until the mid-1960s. They were the basis for Dr. Hood's, yes, doctor, rejection from Emory. And the writer of this article went on to say that Dr. Hood went on to attend Howard University and then transferred to Loyola University, Stritch School of Medicine. He was a practicing OB/GYN and is now semi-retired, working part-time at a clinic that treats patients regardless of their ability to pay. And Dr. Hood is almost 90 years old this day. And the writer goes on to say, it's a shame it took 60 years because this was 1959, so they celebrated his anniversary. I think this article was from last year. It said, it's a shame it took almost 60 years, but it's moving in the right direction, that there's still barriers, says Dr. Hood. I don't hold them personally responsible for what happened to me. They were just following the rule of the good old days in the South. And I also read that Dr. Hood said that he expected that answer from Emory, and he used that to motivate him to go on. So he is now in Atlanta working part-time in a clinic to help people regardless of their ability to pay. So I just wanted to share that with you as the reason why HBCUs are so important. And then the second article that I read, this article came out of the Roanoke Rapids News Herald. And it's about a family that is right here in Rich Square, North Carolina. And the title of the article was Flooding with Pride. And this is about the Flood family. If you know them, they live up on the hill, what we call the hill, in Rich Square. And a lot of the members of the Flood family went to Winston-Salem State University. And these family members have put together a scholarship, paying it forward to assist the people of Northampton, Berkeley, Halifax, Hertford County. So I will read a little synopsis of that article called Flooding with Pride. Raising money through their scholarship fund, the Flood family is continuing to give back. The Flood family, we are Ramily, the Rams, we are Ramily Scholarship Fund was created by Krista Flood, Brooks Williams, Tyra Flood, Quiana Harris, and Keon Artis as a non-renewable, need-based scholarship. Students attending Winston-Salem State University who are a resident of Northampton, Halifax, Hertford, or Berkeley counties and possess a grade point average of 3.0 or higher are eligible for a $1,000 award. The university was the only school selected to disperse the scholarship to a student or more due to all 5 of the family members graduating from the school, Krista said. Our motto at Winston-Salem State, enter to learn, depart to serve, which we vowed to do when we graduated as alumni of our prestigious historical Black college and university. It is important for us to continue supporting students as we live out our motto while giving back to the school and helping someone from our hometown. The article goes on as each one of the 5 states that their inspiration also came from their grandmother, Doris Flood, a member of our community until her passing last year in December. Jason Jones of Orlando was their first recipient. He is a junior majoring in biology. If you want to learn more about how we can contribute to the scholarship fund, read the article in its entirety. It was just published this past Thursday, February 13th, in the Roanoke Rapids News Herald. So we have to be diligent about the fact that not only in our church and in our community and in our universities, they need our help. We have to give back. And, you know, giving back is giving money. Giving your time is giving, you know, sometimes a little bit of everything. We cannot survive without giving back. And I stand before you today to vow that I will participate in giving back to this community as I have relocated here, starting with volunteering to help my church. Amen. So I just want to say that, you know, when Jesus left this earth, Jesus hung on the cross and he said, it is finished. His work here on this earth was finished when he went to the cross. Right. Jesus is not coming back to do the work again. Right. But we are all here. This is what we have to do. God is using our hands, our money, our voices to do the work. And I pledge to you all to do the same thing. God bless you. Amen.